if we can, for a moment, bring those 4 elements and just adding 1 point to each one, to a professional who lost their job or can't work at the moment. So let's say if we start with the physicality, what normally people do and they shouldn't, and what just one thing, what you believe should do?
I think the big thing for me around the physicality is that mood follows action. Not action follows mood. So in order for us to physically feel better, get out and do something. Get out and go for a walk, take some exercise, do some stretches. You won't feel like doing it. I take exercise pretty much every day, and I rarely feel like doing it. It's just a habit. I roll out of bed and I do it, and then I feel so much better for it, and particularly when we don't have a reason to get out of bed, or maybe there isn't a purpose for us to get up and go to a job, we're not active physically. So I would say to people, energy begets energy. So get out, do something, go for a walk. And if you can go for a walk with somebody, or you can exercise with somebody, you're also ticking your emotional box as well, right? You're getting some social connection. One of the big things that I did during the pandemic is my sister lives not far away from me, but I would never really see her because I'd be working, she'd be working. We just didn't have time to do it. So every day or every couple of days, I would meet her for a walk. We maybe wouldn't walk very far, very fast, but it was I had an accountability buddy, somebody who was going to get me out of the door even when it was raining, and it usually was raining in Ireland. And you could walk around and you just always felt better after having the walk. So physically, that's the first thing that I would say to you. Secondly is create some structure for your day. Even if you don't have anything to do, getting a job is a full-time job, right? So get up, get at it. Yeah. And structure your day, put on clothes, get out of your pajamas. I do quite a lot of work remotely, and I have my Zoom clothes and I have my not Zoom clothes, and they don't look that different, actually, to be honest with you. They're all very comfortable, but it is that kind of psychological, that mental boundary for me of saying, okay, now I'm at work, now I'm not at work, and it really puts you in the headspace of, okay, I'm going to get on and get it done. And really thinking about it. And at the end of every day, the other thing that I do is I do a kind of encapsulation of what am I going to do for the next day? What did I get done today? What am I going to do for the next day? So that I don't even have to think about it when I sit down the following morning. I know exactly what I'm doing, and I have my day set up for that particular purpose. And so I'm not kind of wasting, as I would normally do, faff around for the first kind of 30 minutes going, oh, what'll I do? I'm making a big long list and being overly optimistic, which is what we all do. So mentally, that can be really, really useful. In terms of emotionally, one of the things that can be really useful when we don't have a job or when we're looking for work is to think about all the things that you are grateful for. And this sounds a little bit twee. This isn't like, count your blessings like your mother told you. But really, a lot of how we feel is based on comparison. So they've done this really amazing research where they look at kind of Olympic gold medalists. So these are some of the fittest people in the world. And they look at the Olympic gold medalist, and obviously the first person who gets the gold medal is ecstatic and delighted as they're on the podium. The person with the silver medal has really negative connotations, because what are they doing? Their mood is really bad. Why? Because they're so close. They could have gotten the gold. So their comparison is, I should have won the race. They feel like the first loser. Interestingly, the bronze medalist, who's one down from the silver medalist, is even more ecstatic than the person who won the gold medal, because they're thinking, God, I got a medal. It was so close that I would have missed it, right? So their comparison is different. There was tiny seconds between their performance. But when your comparison is everybody who has all these things that I don't have, and look what I don't have, it creates this scarcity mentality. Emotionally, that's very tricky, because we have a negativity bias. We're always looking for danger. We're always looking for what we don't have. So the gratitude piece is about saying, relative to, like, if you're listening to this call, if you're on LinkedIn, if you're a sales professional, you have, huge privilege and advantage to the majority of the world. There's nearly 1 billion people in the world who don't have access to clean drinking water. There's 40 million people. I mean, the statistics are extraordinary. We've lost millions of people died from COVID. Now, it sounds a bit like, your mother saying to you, there's starving children in Africa when you didn't want to eat your dinner, but it is that, where is your set point? What are you comparing yourself against? And actually, when you look at where you are, you probably have huge advantages. You've probably got a better education. You've probably got many more choices. You have skills. You have the ability to go and find a job. So you've got so many things going for you that we have a tendency to really lose sight of when we're in that place and we're looking for work.
And if I may add something small on this one.
Feel free to join our LinkedIn group. Hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you.